We are unwrapping the coil as we had another failure with our last one. So this is an example of us doing some more pivoting this semester. And yeah, we'll be back when we put the new one on.
I'll get a close up with the wire.
Oh. Yeah, this is our spool for saving for later if we use it, because this wire is expensive. That is all. This is terrible. We'll take the camera from Delon when we go around. Okay, so this one is going to be 20, is that right, Johnny? Okay. Are you recording, Delon?
Yeah.
20.
This was 20? Okay.
Want to start then, or we're going to keep on going?
Keep going.
You started
Wait,
here.
oh, yeah.
But didn't you start
And
here?
Delon's here too.
Didn't you start
What's
here?
that? Yes.
So now you're doing 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our 20.
Harder and break.
I guess we didn't.
Man, we can
No
switch
breaks.
rates.
Team no breaks.
Started it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Innocent.
And Paul.
And Johnny.
And Delon. There we go. So this is our second senior design update for the second semester. In the other videos that we have attached to this one, you saw us working on the coils. So from a hardware perspective, basically where we're at now is, first video you saw, we were using a spool of wire to essentially get a lot more turns, and we had issues unfortunately with the wire. Turns out that the spool it was on was no good, so we had to get another set of wire, and that was the second day you saw of us putting that wire on the coil. So what we were doing is we wanted to get a lot more turns than we had before, because we were having issues with picking up the signal from the phone. So if you remember, back last semester we made a small prototype and it worked fine. Seems like we're having some issues with scaling our coil, and that's what we're trying to combat right now. So when we took it to the lab and checked it out on the oscilloscope, we weren't able to receive the signal we were hoping to get. So one of the things we're doing at the moment, before we tear that one apart and make maybe a different type, we're also going to be looking at it on a spectrum analyzer that our mentor Dr. Bliss has. We haven't done it quite yet because we're learning exactly how to use it, because it's a very expensive piece of equipment and we don't want to break it. So that's where we are from a hardware perspective. On the software side, for the demodulation of the signal, we've switched from the USRPs we're using, we've switched from using MATLAB to communicate with them to GNU radio instead. It turns out we have access to some methods for grabbing that signal using GNU radio that's going to be a little easier for us to use as opposed to MATLAB. And once we get there, then we're going to work on demodulating the signal offline in MATLAB. So basically, we're going to use GNU radio to acquire the signal, and we're going to do our post-processing in MATLAB. And so ideally, we're working on these two things in parallel: the software stuff for the demodulation and the USRP, as well as the hardware side of the coil. And hopefully, we're going to put those things together, and everything will work out shortly. But that's just a short idea of where we're at right now.